really. There isn't even a crime really in the movie. It is a character-driven piece, but with the fun of, hopefully the fun of those sorts of movies, but yet you find yourself much deeper involved in this person, and Dom is certainly a singular character, and to be able to sort of see him warts and all, and see his humanity ultimately after this sort of huge character that you're like, how can I ever possibly like this guy, to hopefully at the end of the movie you actually really root for him.
And the one thing as well that's also unique about this film is this terrific monologue at the beginning. Can you tell us more about where your inspiration came from that and how it sets Dom up as a character really for the audience?
Well, I mean, the question, I think in the first few minutes of a movie, you don't know what the film is about, or is it going to be a good movie, a bad movie? Everyone goes into a movie with sort of nervous in a way. And I thought, wow, let's start with something that is really going to grab them. And of course it's perfect for Dom because he would talk about his, private parts in a certain way of grandioseness because he is such an egotist, and you see him in his full sort of glory, his vocal, he has such an interesting way of talking and the way Jude did it and the rhythm and so I think hopefully people are like, what is this film? And and I like that because then you're like lean forward and go, what is this movie?
The interesting thing is as well, it's dialogue driven. So for you as the writer, is that something that you love, the language?
Yes, I mean, I wrote a character-driven movie, and certainly writing it and creating Dom was an enormous amount of fun. And so I think Jude also embraced the dialogue as for what it was. And, thankfully we didn't ever really we didn't stray from the script. The script was sort of our Bible, but every day I was asked the other day whether there was much improvisation, and there was no improvisation, except I think that when great actors are doing their finest work, it is all improvisation because every single take was different. He was bringing something new and yet always sort of redefining and defining Dom.
All in the moment, really.
Exactly.
And it's also it's a physically demanding. I don't mean in his body mass so much, but the emotion and the intensity that he puts into a lot of those scenes, it must be quite hard on an actor. And I just wondered how you worked with him.
Well, I mean, it was physically hard. I mean, there's a scene where he's trying to bash a safe open, and it's like, that was filmed over 3 days, and he's huffing and puffing. I mean, at a certain point, your actor communicates with you as a director and says, I have one more take in me, or don't make me do this again, or if you're going to get it, this is the take to get it. But, part of the physicalness of Dom, he's out of breath, he's out of shape, I mean, and Jude was really smoking when we were shooting, so physically, he also was out of breath. There wasn't so much acting as him really feeling like crap. And so, we had a communication of what was, what worked for what we could do, how far I could push him.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.